spending squeeze on Scotland, but they say it's just helping them to make the case for independence.
They were speaking at the party's conference in Aviemore, the first time in over 70 years the SNP has met as a party of government. This from our political editor, Brian Taylor.
Recognise that? That's the smile of victory, and it's everywhere here at the SNP conference.
We're still filled with elation as we were on the 3rd, 4th of May. And I don't know when we're going to come down to earth, but we're doing fine.
It feels absolutely terrific. In fact, it still feels slightly surreal.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome the First Minister of Scotland and leader of the Scottish National Party, Alex Salmond.
Maybe that sense of the surreal explains why the reception was warm but not utterly ecstatic. Alex Salmond reassured delegates by parodying a famous speech of David Steele.
Delegates, you've come from your constituencies and we are the government.
There's a sense of triumph here, but also a recognition that government is tough, especially the tight financial settlement. John Swinney contrasted that with oil prices at a record high.
Our black gold is filling the Chancellor's self-inflicted financial black hole. If there was ever a case for Scotland to be in full charge of our own revenues and our own spending, then the UK spending review we have just heard makes the case better than any single one of us could ever have made in our political lives.
But is there a chance ministers might settle down in devolved government rather than pursuing the SNP's aim of independence? Delegates here don't think so, and they certainly won't let it happen.
No, the grassroots will ensure that we continue to push for independence because that is our goal.
I don't think there's a catch chance in the hot place of the SNP abandoning or watering down any commitment to independence.
Serious governmental business today too, as the Education Secretary Fiona Hislop announced £100 million of capital investment for Scotland's colleges. But the main theme here in Aviemore?
I've never seen so many happy, smiling faces. It's tremendous.
So smile, it's about to get tougher.
And indeed, Brian, some hard-fought politics for the SNP today, as if to prove that very point.
There have been indeed. There's first of all the issue of spending, a rebuttal from the Labour Party. They say that the SNP knew it was going to be a tight spending round. They should now get on with governing. To be fair, John Swinney stressed that point pretty substantially in his speech as well. But there's been a further row today over the elections issue. You'll recall the report by Ron Gould earlier in the week in which he sought to apportion blame or to demand future action on the crisis that occurred in the elections in May. It was suggested after that he was setting most of the blame upon ministers, but he has now stressed again in a published letter that he was seeking to apportion blame across all the parties. He regarded all the parties as seeking to gain political advantage for them. That's prompted the former Scottish Secretary Douglas Alexander, who felt under some pressure on this, to come out and speak to the BBC. He says that he feels justified and he believes the SNP should now apologise.
Alex Salmond likes to think of himself as a big man in Scottish politics. I think the question for him this evening is he a big enough man to apologise for his role and for his party's judgments in the case of this process?
Alex Salmond says he's got nothing at all to apologise for. He'll be making his own speech to this party conference here on Sunday, and that's all from Aviemore.